I told you I grew up religious, and then I went through a stage where I was like, yeah, I don't believe in shit. I still lean towards that. I just believe that I want evidence. I want to see something, man. I don't want to get told. I don't want to be whispered sweet nothings in my ear and just to make me feel good. I want to see the fucking facts and shit like that. But goddamn, bro. About a year ago, my wife was, I snore real bad, so she was sleeping in the other room, and she had an experience, man. And I'm like, yeah, I don't believe in fucking spirits or supernatural shit. But this one instance, I still don't know what the fuck it is. I'm not saying it was fucking demons and spirits and shit, but it's a crazy shit that even for me, someone that's kind of skeptical when it comes to those kind of things. But she had just lost her grandma. She lived to the ripe old age of 90 something, and she was heartbroken. She was real close with her grandma, but then when you know she was asking, and we have videotape of this, dude. She recorded it, and it's the creepiest fucking thing because as a non-believer, this really fucking shook me. She's she was sleeping in the other room, and she was like, "Grandma, if you're there, give me a signal." And she had a flashlight pointed at her. Her hands are not touching it. It's on the fucking table. A battery operated flashlight. And she's like, "Give me a sign. Let me know that you're out there." She was just talking to her grandma that had just recently, I think she had died a few hours before or the day before. It was like recent, she was still in that state of shock. And the fucking flashlight blinks twice, bro. And she caught it on camera, and she showed it to me like, "I know you don't believe in this shit. How the fuck do you explain this?" I'm like, I got no comment.
Yeah, man.
But it's fucking trippy, man. Like, and maybe there is a natural explanation. Maybe there could be something, but it's definitely shit that makes you like, fuck, man. What the
Here's the
hell's
thing.
going on?
I've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of people who've had experiences, whether they're paranormal or UFOs or experiences with demons or things like that. I can only talk about my own personal experiences as far as what I perceive to be real. Now, that being said, I went to the UFO mega conference last year in Laughlin, Nevada. And usually those are pretty sterile. You don't expect to see something too fantastical at those. You hear a few presentations, people, ex whistleblowers sometimes, interesting testimonies, but nothing really groundbreaking or mind blowing. Well, this year was a little different. We had a researcher, and if you if you want to look into things like Skinwalker Ranch and the Uintah Basin and places of high strangeness, places of high paranormal activity where all this stuff happens all the time, like UFOs, ghosts, and there it's undeniable strange activity in this place. For what reason? What's going on? I don't know. But this gentleman is a researcher at one of these places called the Meadow. This meadow is in, I think, southern United States in the Alabama. And it's one of those places that has just high paranormal activity, lots of UFOs sighted, Bigfoots, crazy stuff all the time, portals. Now, he during his presentation, he pulls up a video. He is a former intelligence officer, former military, and he has a professional team of paranormal investigators that he brought to this place. They have professional equipment, infrared cameras, all the good shit. So he proceeds to show the video at this conference of his team on infrared camera going inspect something that manifested in a field. What manifested was a probably 20 foot by 20 foot black cube just appeared in the field. I'm watching this on video. I can see, this dude, I doubt they fake this. You can tell this is not fake video. This is real stuff. You can probably interview this guy. I'll hook you up with his information after you want to get him on. Now, his name is Trey Hudson, and he was showing video of his team heading towards this black cube that manifested out of nowhere, probably 20 foot by 20 foot. I believe that's what it was. They're walking towards it, and on the screen in infrared, when they approach the area of the cube, they disappear. His team is gone.
What?
Now, what his team says they experience is complete blackness, a drop in temperature of about 10 degrees, and they're walking and they are getting hit by picker bushes that aren't existing in that area. They have to backtrack, back out, find a way out of this other dimensional area that they somehow walked into. And all of a sudden, I'm watching them on infrared, these infrared people, the heat signatures pop out of this black cube on the other side, probably about 20 foot away. I'm like, what the did I just watch? Yeah. It was the most incredible thing I've ever seen. So if you're talking about, proof and things of that nature, I got my, that was pretty damn good proof for as far as seeing things that I can't explain out there. It's not maybe necessarily paranormal, but it is something that you won't hear about in the mainstream.
In the mainstream, for sure, right. Man.
Yeah. Now, go ahead.
Well, I was looking at the comments, man. Brian PC is one of these fucking wizard subscribers of mine.
Yeah.
And what do you make of this? I mean, it's so well written. I don't know what I'm just a fucking dumbass. But the stars chosen by Drake for the first SETI search were Tau Ceti in the constellation Cetus, the well, and Epsilon Eridani in the constellation Eridanus, the river, each being approximately 11 light years, 64 trillion miles away. Both stars are about the same brightness as the sun and were assumed, but not known at the time, to have planets. While Tau Ceti is a bit older than the sun, Epsilon Eridani is substantially younger. The hell do you make of that?
Well, I mean, I'm sure that I don't know what to make. What his comment?
Fucking Brian PC, put it in English, you motherfucker.
I'm sure that there is, life outside our planet. There could be, I'm not saying that aliens don't exist. Why not? It's a vast galaxy. I'm just not sure that what we're seeing in the sky, UFOs. I'm not sure what the media is trying to portray.
Yeah.
That's theirs, man. I think 100% what they're fucking showing us is our technology. No doubt, the Tic Tac, all this bullshit.
It's just weird, bro. Do you know anything about Project Bluebeam?
Well, Project Bluebeam supposedly is, a dark black project, probably funded
to fake an alien invasion, right?
Yeah, it's probably funded through the money that supposedly goes through NASA, but I don't think we can go to space for some reason.
Yeah, I'm a huge moon landing denier myself.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
So, that's safe to talk on my show, man, because we most of us, not everyone. There's a few of my subscribers that they still believe the myth.
Yeah. Yeah, but Project Bluebeam, like you said, man, I think that's highly possible as if they would going to fake something because
give us a rundown on Project Bluebeam for those that haven't heard of it.
So supposedly what it is a series of satellites and arrays that they launched into the sky years ago, maybe even after post World War II, supposedly to if at some time in the future they want to fake an alien invasion to gain complete control over the people, to bring people ultimately together. And these arrays from satellites can project anything from UFOs to God to Jesus to
holograms.
And that goes back to the possibility that we have secret space technology and all. I'm sure that I am 100% sure we have technology maybe up to 100 or more years ahead of what they're showing us. And I am sure that they can do stuff like that. But as far as going into space, man, the things that I've learned more and more about our space program and NASA, that is a complete fake shit program. Yes. All the money that goes to NASA is funded into black projects. And we are not going to
space. Yeah. Dude. Yeah. And that's the thing, man. And I've done a couple of shows on Operation Paperclip. Based in huge part to Annie Jacobson's work on the book Operation Paperclip, and I interviewed fucking Gerard Williams, the fucking Reuters ex BBC journalist that worked on finding Hitler on the History Channel. I interviewed him, and we've been lied. We've been lied to. The whole fucking the fact that Nazis, you can believe, and Corey Hughes has warped my fucking mind on the whole fucking thing, but that put to the side, man. We've been lied to about practically fucking everything. And during the fucking 60s, when we lost JFK, we lost MLK, we lost RFK, we lost Malcolm X, we lost Fred Hampton due to government hits. But now I'm supposed to believe you that we landed on the fucking moon? When the fucking, what's the head Nazi scientist? Werner von Braun even said that it would take 3 fucking rocket ships the size of the Empire State Building to get there. Get the fuck out of here, man. We didn't fucking land to the fucking moon. And it's funny. You can see the YouTube clips, and I played it on a show that I did with Corey, of the fucking lunar rover taking off from the fucking moon. No imprint from the takeoff. It looks digital effects all around. And then you had the fucking cameraman who took the footage of the rocket ship panning up and look. So the cameraman was left behind. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's so comical. And when I see some UFO videos, yes, a lot of them look corny as fuck. But as corny as they may seem, they still look more realistic than that fucking lunar rover takeoff. And so when the government presents this shit, I don't know why I went on this fucking tangent. I'm sorry, man. You are the guest of honor.
Oh man,
but it's fucking right, dude. It's ridiculous, man. And when they're leaning into this alien and shit, and I think because of Project Bluebeam, they're trying to prepare us. Look, guys, aliens do exist, guys. Yes, man. Yeah, aliens. And so when they drop the hammer, oh God, we're going through an alien invasion. The masses are now conditioned to accept it and accept their fucking intergalactic leaders, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what makes me skeptical on the whole thing. Like I said, I'm not denying the possibility of intelligent life at all. I'm now questioning, now that the government has put their fucking hands in this cookie jar. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, man, there is so many layers to this. Now, one of the funnest ones for me, and I've explored this on my show because I entertain everything. I entertain people that think we've been to the moon, the people that think we haven't. I want to have all sides from everybody's opinion. Now, as far as this goes with what is being disclosed supposedly with aliens or UFOs right now, I think that it's a first of all, it's a mass deception. We have all this technology that could easily be UFOs. Now, have you looked at all into the possibilities of secret space program?
Secret space. What do you mean by that?
Well, so supposedly, this is where it gets kind of interesting and woo-woo. Super woo-woo. Supposedly after World War II, the Germans had a breakaway society. Hitler lived, went to South America, Argentina, and ultimately Antarctica, started building a secret UFO program, ultimately a secret space program, launched not only to the moon, but beyond to Mars, and we're in communication with aliens from all around the galaxy. Alliances were formed with the Nazis and aliens, and it formed this huge secret space program. And there's supposed this group of individuals called super soldiers that have come out within the past 10 to 15 years, and they go around doing interviews. And I've had a few on my show because I find this very interesting, that they claim that they've been in part of these Black MK Ultra projects where they actually go to outer space, where they're actually fighting aliens, where they're actually in these secret space kind of military projects. But the public doesn't know about it, and the way that they're put into these programs is either this gets crazy now, is either they're cloned or their consciousness is projected into a clone on Mars, and then they go fight aliens or whatever they're doing out there. But this stuff goes so crazy, and it gets so deep, and it's so insane. It sounds like a Star Wars episode, but
Yeah, yeah.
again, I like to entertain this stuff because I think
Fuck
anything is
yeah.
fucking possible. I think anything is possible. It
Hell
could be.
yeah.
I'm not going to deny
Hey,
it.
if you
Now,
can think it, it's possible.
right.
At the end
Now,
of the
the best
fucking
part
day.
about this is these individuals also have profound information. Some of these super soldiers are telling, bring stuff to the table that is very interesting, to say the least. Information that I don't know how they get a hold of. Even future predictions at times. Information about what's happening behind the scenes, supposedly in politics and in the greater scheme of things, and secret societies, and how it's all connected. And even to paranormal things like these people present information, and the strangest part is you can tell they believe it wholeheartedly. I can tell that these people are not lying to they believe the information. I don't know if it's true, but they believe it,
Yeah.
and they wholeheartedly believe it when they're presenting it. They get emotional. Some of them are crying when they're presenting this stuff. You look at the MK Ultra survivors, it's some of it's connected to satanic abuse and from the CIA. It gets real deep and real crazy, but it's all tied to this supposed secret space program that is kind of like this breakaway society that was started after World War II through Project Paperclip, which brought over all the Nazi scientists
Yep.
and integrated them into NASA, of all things, and some of our corporate entities and even our government. But when you put things like that into the mix, it's like, well, fuck, if we have Nazis running NASA and our government, could it be that far-fetched that they have this kind of secret breakaway space society? I don't know, but it is an interesting thing. And I highly recommend, if your audience has not looked into the secret space program or SSP or super soldiers, go down those fucking rabbit holes, and
Maybe
you'll
I'll do a
have
show